Planned Parenthood Action Fund ran an online poll where they asked which GOP presidential candidate is the worst for women's health, and they had the gall to put Carly Fioriana on the list that you could choose and vote for. And it turns out that Carly Fioriana is actually a woman herself, and Fox was having none of that. Let's watch.
Activists at Planned Parenthood just conducted a poll asking which presidential contender poses, quote, the worst threat to women in 2016. No surprise, the only options for worst threat were Republican candidates, including, of course, Carly Fioriana. Now, how is a female candidate a threat to women?
How could it be possible? How could she possibly do anything that hurts women? Now, let's not actually think about that in a critical sense. Let's defend her. Not us, them. What do you think?
Defend who?
They're going to defend Carly Fioriana. That was the whole point of having that panel together that they did, was to say that, of course, because she is a Republican, despite her being a female, no policy that she could put forth, even if it is objectively bad for women's interests, can be identified as such. It's just cover for them to have her as a candidate. Look, we can go down the list of reasons that Carly Fioriana would be objectively bad. She wants to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which is good. It provides access to both specifically reproductive health coverage for women, but also general health coverage for women. She supports a ban on abortion after 20 weeks. She would repeal Roe v. Wade, thinking somehow that a president can repeal Roe v. Wade if they want to. That's not actually how it works. But we don't require presidential candidates to know anything about the actual distribution of powers in our government to be able to run. She opposes policies to address the gender pay gap. She does not believe that the Paycheck Fairness Act is necessary, does not want to raise the minimum wage, which would disproportionately affect women. All of those things. But you can't point those out because she is a woman. That is why Republicans field female candidates. It's why they field minority candidates. It's so that they can continue to beat down those groups while having a modicum of coverage while doing it.
What I like about Elisabeth Hasselbeck is nothing. But what I like is like the way she ends those points. Like that she nailed it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but how can she be hurtful to women when she's a woman?
I don't understand. How could a woman be? That doesn't make. How could a man be hurtful to men?
How could a man be hurtful to men? That's a great point.
There's no way. There's no way. They say that George Bush got a lot of guys killed, but he's a man.
Yeah, it doesn't read.
That doesn't. So you better go double check your facts because I'm pretty sure he pees standing up. As she goes, she said, I like that she said that, of course, all the people that they said are going to be bad for women are Republicans. Hey, they also said all the candidates that are bad for Jews are Nazis. Yeah, that's why. Yes. Can you believe that all the people that they said are bad for women are the people who are advocating bad policies for women? What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, she really thinks that she thinks I got this. I found out the bias of Planned Parenthood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you know they've been supporting liberals this whole time?
Yeah.
Now look, the one way that she is sort of right is that Planned Parenthood there is like a lot of traditionally Democratic or traditionally liberal groups. They're probably going too easy on that side. Like, yes, the Democratic candidates are not trying to repeal Roe v. Wade. They're not trying to repeal the Affordable Care Act, but they're not pushing for other policies that theoretically would be very good for women.
That's not true.
Mandatory maternity leave, like, for instance, perhaps single payer, which would be better than the Affordable Care Act.
But every single bit of progress that we've got regarding women in this country came from only one party. Only one party. There are certain things that are. There's certain things that where if you were a Democrat, you still get to be proud about. That's one of them. I mean, yes, we could always do, I suppose, a little more. But the fact is you can't knock Barack Obama almost for anything there except economic issues, which would obviously have a significant benefit. But I mean,
Lily Ledbetter. That was the first thing that Barack Obama did, right?
That's the first thing. Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan.
Right,
I mean, he wins this. He wins.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put him on the list, but I'm saying that theoretically there are things that they could do. I'm not saying she's right. I'm saying that would be one way she could try to seem right.
Right, but if you're Planned Parenthood and you look at the layout of the 22 people, if there are 20 Republicans, or if there are 16, the 16 Republicans and 18 people running for president, 2 of them generally are going to get the A++ from Planned Parenthood, and those 2 people are Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders.